What if I told you there's a robot out there that can see into the future, and instead of warning you about an asteroid or alien invasion, it leans in and says, PSSST by NVIDIA. No crystal ball, no shady backroom deals, just cold, calculated AI predicting the stock market before you've even decided between cappuccino or cold brew. This thing doesn't need luck. It eats algorithms for breakfast and spits out profits before lunch. Forget Palm readers, this is Palm Pilot on steroids. And here's the kicker: by the end of this ride, you won't just understand how it works, you'll know how to turn its market-whispering magic into stories so irresistible, even your accountant will binge-watch them. AIs Market Magic: Sherlock Holmes with a supercomputer brain. Let's begin with a fact so absurd, so eyebrow-raising, that if you overheard it at a party, you'd probably smile politely, sip your drink, and assume the person was exaggerating. But this one's real, and it comes straight from Stanford University's research labs. Between 1990 and 2020, they built an AI analyst that outperformed 93% of human mutual fund managers by an average of 600%. Yes, that's 600. That's like running a marathon against a squad of Olympic athletes, and instead of barely finishing, you're lapping them 6 times while blending a smoothie mid-stride. And here's the part that should make every human analyst shift uncomfortably in their ergonomic office chair. It did this using only public data. No privileged access, no whispered insider tips from golf buddies. Just the same headlines, quarterly reports, and analyst notes available to everyone. While we're still parsing whether a headline is bullish or bearish, this AI is already 10 chess moves ahead and sipping metaphorical tea. Other AI models are showing similar, almost eerie capabilities. Large language models like OPT, built on GPT-3 architecture, have achieved a 74% accuracy rate in predicting next-day stock returns just by analyzing sentiment. They've pulled off a sharp ratio above 3 numbers most human traders would trade their left sneaker for. Then there's the rise of transformer-based attention models, leaving older LSTM and GRU networks in the dust, picking up intricate patterns even a triple espresso couldn't help you find. What we're talking about here isn't just number crunching, it's market clairvoyance with Wi-Fi. These models are like Sherlock Holmes if he had a supercomputer for a brain. They're not just reacting to the market, they're anticipating it, with a consistency that makes human intuition look like a coin toss. The bull, the bubble, and the billion-dollar chips. If the current stock market were a person, it would be that one friend who's had 3 energy drinks before breakfast, unstoppable, slightly unpredictable, and in real danger of sprinting headfirst into a wall. According to market strategist Mary and Bartels, the S&P 500 could climb another 12% by the end of 2025, possibly grazing the 7,000 mark. Barron's analysts agree the S&P could hit 7,000 by late 2026. Both cite AI as a major engine of growth, powering innovation in tech, healthcare, and finance. Front and center in this AI-powered stampede is NVIDIA, the undisputed king of chips. Recently, NVIDIA made history by becoming the first public company valued at $4 trillion. That's the GDP of an entire country if that country also made the world's best graphics cards. NVIDIA's chips are the oxygen AI models breathe. Without them, ChatGPT would be silent, and autonomous driving software would stall. Hot on NVIDIA's heels is AMD, which just posted a record-breaking Q2 revenue and expects an even bigger Q3, thanks to surging demand for AI chips. This, despite dealing with export restrictions in certain regions. Meanwhile, behind the headlines, companies like Arista Networks and Astra Labs are quietly cashing in. Astra's stock has exploded more than 150% over the past year. But where there's boom, there's the potential for bust. Some analysts are looking nervously at the SOX Semiconductor Index, which hasn't kept pace with the S&P's rally. The New Yorker is already framing this moment as potentially our generation's dot-com bubble. And Axios reports a split in market sentiment. Retail investors are piling in, while institutional investors keep one eye on the exit, turning AI data into a story people actually want to hear. Here's the thing about all these dazzling stats and market moves. If you just rattle them off, you're going to lose most of your audience faster than a weak Wi-Fi signal in an elevator. To make people care to really engage them, you need a story. That's where the hook, heart, horizon, framework comes in. The hook is your eyebrow raiser, the statement that makes someone's brain sit up and pay attention. For example, this AI beat 93% of human fund managers by 600% without cheating. The heart is where you explain why it matters. It proves that machines can now see patterns invisible to us, patterns that move billions of dollars. And the horizon is your takeaway. This changes how we invest, how we compete, and how we tell stories about money. But great storytelling isn't just about structure, it's about contrast. Pair the market's optimism with its potential pitfalls. Say something like, yes, the market could climb another 12%, but so did the Nasdaq in 1999. That balance is what earns trust. Humor is the secret weapon. Finance has a reputation for being drier than a saltine cracker left open overnight. That's why humor isn't just nice to have, it's essential. Humor keeps people engaged, breaks down complexity, and makes your message stick. When you say, Nvidia just hit a $4 trillion valuation, don't leave it hanging like a stock ticker. Follow it up. That's $4,000 billion. If Nvidia were a country, it would have a bigger economy than Italy and probably fewer strikes. Or take retail investors piling into AI stocks. You could frame it as, it's like everyone saw the Titanic movie and decided, hey, let's book a cruise right now. This doesn't mean turning everything into a stand-up routine. It means sprinkling in wit to make complex information approachable. A well-placed metaphor or playful exaggeration turns intimidating concepts into something people enjoy. Build a 20-second story. Now let's put this into practice. Pick one AI data point: Nvidia's $4 trillion milestone, Stanford's 600% AI outperformance, or AMD's record Q2 revenue. Write your own hook, heart, and horizon. Here's an example. What if I told you a machine could take your $1 and turn it into $7.10, while human fund managers barely gave you an extra dollar? Heart. That's exactly what Stanford's AI did over 30 years using nothing but public data. Horizon. This isn't about humans versus AI, it's about using both to tell smarter stories and make sharper moves. Pause and try it. Share it in the comments if you want feedback. If it's brilliant, I might even pretend I came up with it. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.